R. Kelly is an American singer, songwriter, record producer, music video director, and convicted sex offender. As a recording artist, he was credited with helping to redefine R&B and hip-hop, earning nicknames such as the King of R&B, the King of Pop Soul, and the Piper of R&B. He sold over 75 million records worldwide, which made him the most successful male R&B artist of the 1990s and one of the world's best-selling music artists. In 2010, Billboard magazine considered Kelly the most successful R&B artist in history and listed him as the top R&B hip-hop artist for the time period between 1985 and 2010. R. Kelly won 3 Grammy Awards for his song I Believe I Can Fly. He's also written, produced, and remixed songs, singles, and albums for several artists such as Fortunate for Maxwell, Get Out for Changing Faces, Bump 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 for B2K, and You're Not Alone for Michael Jackson, for which he was nominated for a Grammy. R. Kelly is known for songs including I Believe I Can Fly, The World's Greatest, Bump and Grind, Your Body's Callin', Gotham City, If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time, Ignition Remix, I'm a Flirt Remix, and the hip hopera Trapped in the Closet. R. Kelly has an estimated net worth of $2 million. About R. Kelly's early life. Robert Sylvester Kelly was born on January 8, 1967, at Chicago Lying In Hospital in the Hyde Park neighborhood on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. He has 3 half-siblings, an older sister and brother, along with a younger brother. His mother, Joanne Kelly, was a schoolteacher and devout Baptist. The identity of his father, who was absent from Kelly's life, is not known. His family lived in the Ida B. Wells Homes Public Housing Project in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood. Around the time he was 5 years old, his mother married his stepfather, Lucius, who reportedly worked for an airline. R. Kelly began singing in the church choir at the age of 8. In his autobiography, Kelly described having a girlfriend, Lulu, at the age of 8. He stated that their last play date turned tragic when, after fighting with older children over a play area by a creek, she was pushed into the water, swept downstream by a fast-moving current, and drowned. He called Lulu his first musical inspiration. From the age of 8 to 14, R. Kelly was sexually abused by an older female family member. His younger brother, Kerry Kelly, stated that he suffered from years of sexual abuse at the hands of his older sister, Teresa Kelly, who was entrusted with babysitting her siblings. Kerry stated that although their older brother was spared and allowed to play outside, both he and R. Kelly were punished at separate times indoors by Teresa, who refused to acknowledge the abuse when confronted years later. Explaining why he never told anyone, R. Kelly wrote in his 2012 autobiography, Solar Coaster, that he was too afraid and too ashamed. Around the age of 10, he was also sexually abused by an older male who was a friend of the family. In his autobiography, Kelly described being shot in the shoulder at age 11 by boys who were attempting to steal his bike, although a family friend later stated that Kelly had shot himself while attempting suicide. In September 1980, R. Kelly entered Kenwood Academy in Chicago's Hyde Park neighborhood, where he met music teacher Lena McLin, who encouraged Kelly to perform the Stevie Wonder classic Ribbon in the Sky in the high school talent show. A shy Kelly put on sunglasses, was escorted onto the stage, sang the song, and won first prize. Lena McLin encouraged Kelly to leave the high school basketball team and concentrate on music. She said he was furious at first, but after his performance in the talent show, he changed his mind. R. Kelly was diagnosed with dyslexia, which left him unable to read or write. He dropped out of high school after attending Kenwood Academy for 1 year and began performing in the subway under the Chicago L tracks. He regularly busked at the L stop on the Red Line's Jackson Station in the Loop. R. Kelly is 6 feet tall or 1.86 meters tall. About R. Kelly's personal life. In 1994, R. Kelly legally married his underage protege, Aaliyah, in Sheraton Gateway Suites in Rosemont, Illinois. Aaliyah, who was 15 at the time, was listed as 18 on the certificate, and R. Kelly was 27 at the time. In February 1995, the marriage was annulled by Aaliyah's parents. In 1996, R. Kelly married Andrea Kelly, his former backup dancer and mother of his 3 children. a daughter, Joanne Kelly, who was born in 1998, and two sons, Jay Kelly, who was born in 2000, and Robert Kelly Jr., who was born in 2002. In September 2005, Andrea Kelly filed a restraining order against Kelly after a physical altercation, ultimately filing for divorce in 2006. In January 2009, after separating in the fall of 2005, Kelly and his wife Andrea Kelly finalized their divorce after 11 years of marriage. In 1993, R. Kelly's mother, Joanne Kelly, died from cancer. He's given conflicting accounts of where he was during his mother's passing. In April 2007, he released the song Rise Up for Virginia Tech after the 2007 school shooting and donated the net proceeds to the families of the victims. In 2010, he penned the song Sign of a Victory for the FIFA World Cup, with all proceeds benefiting African charities. In 2016, Kelly donated cases of water to the Flint water crisis. About R. Kelly's sexual abuse conviction. Throughout his career, R. Kelly has been repeatedly accused of sexual abuse with young adults and minors. He faced multiple civil suits and was indicted by criminal courts in Chicago, New York, Illinois, and Minnesota. He repeatedly denied the charges. In 1994, he illegally married his underage protege Aaliyah. In 2002, he was indicted but eventually acquitted on 21 counts of making child pornography. In January 2019, a Lifetime television docuseries, Surviving R. Kelly, helped resurface the scandal. Under pressure from the Mute R. Kelly movement, RCA Records terminated Kelly's contract with the label. In 2019, several jurisdictions built criminal cases against Kelly, and grand juries brought indictments in both federal and state courts. In 2021, the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York tried and won the first criminal conviction against Kelly for a sex offense, with the jury finding Kelly guilty on a total of 9 criminal counts, including violations of the Mann Act and racketeering. On June 29, 2022, R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Kelly continues to challenge his New York conviction. As of June 2022, he is scheduled to face another federal trial in the Northern District of Illinois alongside his former employees. The indictment alleges R. Kelly both produced child sexual abuse material and conspired with employees to corruptly win his 2008 acquittal. The trial is scheduled to begin on August 15, 2022. About R. Kelly's musical career. R. Kelly dropped out of high school after attending Kenwood Academy for 1 year and began performing in the subway under the Chicago L Tracks. He earned his big break when he won a $100,000 prize on the television talent show Big Break. In 1991, he signed with Jive Records and released the album Born into the 90s with his group Public Announcement in 1993. In November 1993, R. Kelly released his solo debut, 12 Play. Thanks largely to the single Bumpin' Grind, the album was eventually certified 6 times platinum. At the same time, Kelly began a career producing records for other artists. He produced and wrote the entire debut album of the teenage pop singer Aaliyah. In 1995, his album R. Kelly sold 4 billion copies. Soon after, his single I Believe I Can Fly topped the charts and won 3 Grammy Awards. He released a series of multi-platinum albums in the 2000s, as well as the multi-part hit pop opera Trapped in the Closet, which he released to radio stations in short portions. The final portion was officially released to the public in the spring of 2010. R. Kelly has released 14 studio albums, 5 compilation albums, and 3 collaboration albums. In addition to his 3 Grammys, R. Kelly has won dozens of awards, including several AMAs, a BET Award, 6 NAACP Image Awards, and many Billboard Awards. His most recent albums, The Buffet and 12 Nights of Christmas, were released in 2015 and 2016, respectively. He's also participated in 12 official tours around the world spanning from 1994 to 2013. About R. Kelly's real estate. R. Kelly owned a $2 million mansion in Olympia Fields, Illinois. The mansion served as the Chocolate Factory recording studio. Kelly's sprawling home boasted an indoor jungle-themed pool, a game room, a boxing ring, a movie theater, a room covered in mirrors, an aquarium containing sharks, and a log cabin in the front yard. The 6-acre property features an artificial pond as well as tennis and basketball courts. He lost the home to foreclosure and it was sold for $2.7 million. R. Kelly also had rented another mansion in Atlanta, Georgia. The house features 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a bowling alley, a spa with a pool, an outdoor kitchen, a treehouse, a playhouse, and a tennis court. He was served an eviction notice on the house in 2018 and was forced to fork over $25,000 to cover past due rent. In 2021, the home was sold for $2.1 million. About R. Kelly's car collection. R. Kelly owns or has owned a Mercedes-Benz E-Class, a Maybach 62S limousine, a Mercedes-Benz CL500, and a Lexus LFLC. Well, that's all we have for you on R. Kelly today. Thanks for watching. Give us a like and share this video with your friends. And please don't forget to subscribe. That way you'll always be able to get great celebrity content.